When it comes to being a free-to-play player in Valorant, the experience is really dry. Out of all the live service shooter games I have played, Riot essentially hands the player nothing. In Fortnite, you can grind enough V-Bucks to get a renewable battle pass for free. In Apex, through the many free packs you get, you can straight up get their fancy melee reskins and other cool items. And in Fragpunk, you can get this really dope butterfly knife for free in just a couple of hours of playing the game. On the other hand, in Valorant, the only things you can get for free are the items from the accessories store and the agent pistol skins. Everything else in this game can only be obtained with spending real money. You can't even grind to get a free battle pass, meaning as a free-to-play account, you can't even get anything as simple as a primary weapon skin on your gun. There is literally nothing to work for or grind for. This issue also ends up affecting everyone else because apart from ranked, there isn't anything else to work toward while playing the game. The closest we get to is grinding the battle pass, but not only does that need to be purchased every time and isn't renewable, but also skins that we get from the battle pass will always be worse than what we can get from the store. Meaning once you buy a couple store skins, there's really nothing to work for or grind for. And I would say this is part of the reason I would say many people call Valorant repetitive, because it has no form of progression system and offers free-to-play players nothing. Valorant introducing a couple new forms of progression systems would do wonders for not only new players, but existing ones also. And I have a few ideas which realistically I could see Riot Games implementing if they felt like finally tackling this issue. The two new suggestions will be another use for kingdom credits and additional improved agent contract rewards. Now, as we mentioned before, as a free-to-play player, there is currently no way to earn skins for primary weapons. It does not matter what you do, you will need to whip out your wallet. A solution I have for this is old battle pass skin loot boxes.
What are you, Down syndrome?
Now hear me out for a second because I know I sound really dumb right now. The reason I am suggesting a system as predatory as loot boxes is because realistically, if Riot was going to start giving out skins for free, it is going to have one massive string attached. That being, you are not able to directly pick the skin you are going to get. Instead, you'd have the option to buy a loot box for around 8 to 10,000 kingdom credits, where I would say the chance of getting a knife would be around 10 to 5%. This would be very similar to the alpha pack system found in Rainbow Six Siege, where yes, there are loot boxes, but the only way you could earn them is by playing the game. You cannot directly buy the currency to buy the loot boxes. I feel like this would be a win-win scenario for players in Riot Games, as players would finally have a way to get skins for free by just playing the game normally, and Riot would have increased player retention, as now players would start grinding for the chance of getting an old popular skin line like Velocity or Ruin. This wouldn't even require much effort, as Riot would be simply using existing skins in the game that for the most part are mostly inaccessible and are just rotting in the game files. Now I know some people might not like this change, but I have a couple of counterclaims to a few common things some people might say. The first being the loot boxes would leave no reason to buy the battle pass. This to me is wrong, because when you buy the battle pass, you are guaranteeing to get the skins in it now within a reasonable grind. If you want to get the skin for free, the chance of getting one exact gun skin or knife skin is very low. This could even encourage players to want to buy the battle pass, because if they don't buy it now, then they are going to have to go through a process of grinding kingdom credits and gambling. My second counterclaim will be for the people who will say it will no longer keep skins rare. To be honest, I never understood why people care about rarity in this game when you cannot sell the skins. In CS2, rarity is what determines the value of a skin, but in this game, trading and selling does not exist. Therefore, rarity literally does not matter, and the only reason you should want to rock a skin is because it either looks cool, feels cool, or is hard to get. More people having access to a skin doesn't make it worse. There is a reason many people still rock Prime despite the fact it is probably one of the most owned skins. It's because rarity simply does not matter. Overall, I really want the suggestion to become a reality because I love gambling in video games. Apex and gacha games have completely ruined my life. It's not an addiction, it's called dedication. The next suggestion should be way more normal, and it will be a rework / several upgrades to the current agent contract system. Right now, it acts like a mini store to buy a series of agent-themed cosmetics like player cards, gun buddies, and the pistol skin. To buy these items, you use the free Kingdom Credits currency, which you get by simply playing the game. This would be the first thing I would change about the agent contract system. It will go back to an experience system that only goes up if you are currently playing the agent whose contract it is. Meaning if you want to level up the Yoru contract, you will need to play Yoru. This would incentivize players to play and try out many different agents and will further make more sense once I am done finishing proposing the rest of my changes. That is even more rewards, which includes a primary weapon themed off the agent and even agent skins. And when I'm talking about agent skins, I am not talking about character model skins, because Riot Games has made it very clear in the past that is never coming to the game because it would add unnecessary confusion. Let's just say an agent's arm stuck out for a millisecond. If you're experienced in the game, you could have guessed this is Jet. But if you start adding many different skins that change the model of the agents, this could lead to someone mistaking one agent for another. This is something I have considered heavily while coming up with these agent cosmetics. The 3 cosmetic ideas I had was glove skins, ability recolors, and ability kill effects. The first concept we are going to cover is agent glove skins. The idea being the more XP for a certain agent, the more glove recolors you can unlock. And the way you unlock them is with something I would like to call glove tokens, which every time you cross a certain XP threshold, you would get one of these tokens where you could then spend in a agent contract store. These gloves would be team-wide only, meaning the only people who will be able to see all your glove skins will be you and your teammates. This would be done to remove any confusion for the enemy team, as for some agents, their gloves can get very similar when given the same color scheme, such as Chamber and Jet. These glove skins would be a very nice addition because they would make your skin loadout even cooler, as you can now try matching the coloring of your knife and gloves, or gloves and Vandal. As someone who loves making their skin loadouts one color, I would love to see such an addition to be added to the game. This would also encourage players to grind the game so they can unlock these glove skins on all the agents they play. Next we have agent ability skins. These will work just like the glove skins, where they will be a simple unlockable recolor which you get from agent contracts. Imagine a purple KJ turret or a pink jet smoke. These changes would not be anything crazy, but would be here to help give extra customization to your various agents you main and play a lot. And just like the gloves, they will not be visible to everyone. They will be only visible in first person. You wouldn't want to create confusion like some smokes ending up looking similar or not knowing the difference between an enemy KJ molly or a molly with a red skin on it. The last idea I have for what you can unlock from the agent contracts is kill effects. On all your guns, if you have a skin equipped, some of them will actually have some really cool kill effects. But this is not the case for agents like Chamber or Jet, who can get kills with their utility like the Tour de Force or the Jet Knives, but the kill effect will always be stuck with default, and there is nothing you can do to change that. This is kind of annoying for me, which is why an idea I have is letting us unlock kill icons for agents. An example is the scuffed Jet ult icon concept I made and this Chamber concept I made. They don't have to have any super crazy sound effects, but I do believe Riot should give us the option to unlock something cool for these abilities to make getting kills with them even more satisfying. In general, I really like my ideas because they would introduce content that players could grind and unlock for free while not conflicting with the store skins. It would be a win-win for Riot and the players because we would finally get a bunch of stuff to actually play the game for and unlock, while Riot would get increased player retention, which makes it more likely for us to spend money in the cosmetics store. Like and comment if you personally enjoyed these suggestions, and subscribe because we are on our way to 10k subs. Anyways, I'll see y'all in my next video. Goodbye.